Dave Chawner's here. Dave, very good morning to you.
Good morning, Mike. How are you?
I'm very well indeed. Now, unfortunately, I can't bring you the wet look of the jacket that Rishi Sunak had the other day, but he was the reason we sort of kicked off this particular series of gaffes, and some of them you might remember, some of them you won't, but I'm just going to play you a few of them to see what you've got to say. Here's Rishi in the rain.
I hope that my work since I became Prime Minister shows that we have a plan and are prepared to take bold action necessary for our country to flourish. Now, I've stuck with that plan and always been honest with you about what is needed, even when...
Now, when you look at that and at a distance, it actually just looks like quite a trendy sort of jacket, doesn't it? It doesn't look like he's in the rain. It just looks like he's got a wet look jacket.
He's got a wet look jacket. He's got wet look hair. I mean, it's weird. In that clip, you can't see how much it was raining.
No.
When you could see how much raining, it was like a sad... sort of challenge from Noel's house party, like he was in the gunge tank.
Yes.
It was. I heard someone the other day saying, like they got really rained on, and they went, "I got absolutely Sunacked."
Yes.
And I thought, I really hope that catches on.
The thing that I found surprising was he wasn't wiping, because normally if it's raining that hard, you're sort of wiping your face to get the rain out of your eyes, aren't you?
I think he is in just a state of denial about everything, about the rain, about the state of the election, about the state of the Tory party. I think he's just trying to numb down.
And the other thing that people said to me was, how is it possible that he's standing there, everybody's looking at him, it's pouring with rain, and he doesn't make any reference to it? Like, he just goes, I'm just going to make my speech that I wrote, and I'm not going to make any reference to the fact that I'm standing here in a pretty weird-looking, very, very wet suit, getting soaked to the skin, when I could have done it inside. And what's that about?
Mean, it does make you think, imagine if Boris Johnson had made that speech. Like, that would have been funny. And we haven't even got to the music yet.
No.
It sounded like a sad Glastonbury.
It did. Well, I mean, old, what's his face, you know, the Mr. Stop Brexit man, he is a sad man, and I'm not going to give him any publicity. So we're going to move on to a football gaffe that he made. Now, I know football's not probably your strong point, but Sunak, his first day of campaigning, he went off to Wales, and this is what happened.
Is he looking forward to all the football?
Not so much my bag.
Well,
no, but that's because you guys aren't in it.
Yeah, well, you know, there'll be people coming. It'll be good.
Someone supporting England.
Some people will be supporting anyone that plays England.
Yeah, it'll be a good summer of sport. The problem with going to Wales and telling people that they'll be enjoying the football is that Wales didn't qualify for the Euros, and they don't really like being reminded of it. It was kind of like one of those...
Oh, it was so cringe. Like, my toes have inverted by watching that clip. I hate that. And also, can I just point out as well, he's in a pub.
Right.
Rishi Sunak has literally failed to do a knees up in a brewery. Like that, I've never seen a pub looking so sad in my life. These people are just sitting there staring at the ground. I don't understand how politicians don't have that cringe factor that most other people seem
I think
to.
if you were running, you know, the advisory group or the sort of, you know, the SPADs, the special advisors they've got, they'd probably keep them all out of pubs. Remember, David Cameron went to a pub once and left one of his children behind, you know, and didn't even know.
And wasn't it Cameron as well that forgot which team he's meant to support?
Yes, because he remembered they played in claret and blue, but he couldn't remember if it was West Ham or Aston Villa, you know. But there we are. It's easily done. Let's move to Gordon Brown, just to show that we've got true balance on this show. You might remember back in 2010, he met a woman called Gillian Duffy on the campaign trail.
It's a disaster. Well, just... Should never have put me with that woman. Whose idea was that?
No, I can see.
That's Sue, I think. They're just ridiculous.
The pictures. I'm not sure they'll go with that one.
They will go with it.
What did she say?
Everything. She's just a sort of bigoted woman. Said she used to be late. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Just a bigoted woman. I mean, unfortunately for poor old Gordon Brown, who was known for these fits of rage, everyone was terrified of him. He gets back in the car, but he's still got the microphone on.
You honestly, if that was an episode of The Thick of It, you would think this is a little bit lazy writing.
Yes.
And you can't write reality.
That would never happen, right?
So, yeah.
Now, we've been talking this morning about Jeremy Corbyn because he's going to be a thorn in the side for Keir Starmer because he's decided he's going to run as an independent in Islington North, that bastion of communism and Venezuelan support. But here he is, accidentally hitting Emily Thornberry in the breast. Have a look at this. That's one of the worst high fives I've ever seen. I mean, how do you miss the hand? How do you miss the hand? I think we should see that one again. That's great. Let's have a look. I mean, you get sacked for that now, don't you, Dave?
Oh, 100%. I've got to admit, I never believed those conspiracy theories that, like, you know, the royal family are lizard people.
Right.
But watching these videos about politicians,
Yeah.
I don't think they're human either. I really don't.
Well, listen, how about Ed Miliband, lampooned in 2014 for failing to be able to eat a bacon sandwich without looking really weird?
Can I say to
yeah,
her, if she's looking for a new challenge, she should try wrestling a bacon sandwich live on national television.
Yeah, only politicians find that funny. The fact that he couldn't eat a bacon sandwich isn't funny. It's tragic.
You know what, though? I'm going to go controversial here. I'm actually kind of with Ed on this one. I think we all look a little bit weird when we eat. If you took a photo of eating anything, I defy anyone to not look odd.
I wouldn't look that odd.
Do you reckon? I don't think it's that weird, to be honest. I've always found it weird that people find this odd, that people pull weird faces when they eat stuff.
All right. Well, maybe people will agree with you. Who knows? How about this one from 2018? Theresa May dancing.
Yeah, I did.
That was shortly before the letters started falling off the sign from behind her, which is even funnier than the dancing.
Oh, mate, I've got to admit, Theresa May, God love her. God loves a trier, doesn't he?
I mean, nobody loved Theresa May, as it turns out. I mean, and they still don't really. I don't know what she did wrong, but somehow she took something that was quite successful and sort of ruined it. You know, she had a snap election when she had a massive 20-point lead and managed to just about scrape past Jeremy Corbyn.
Yeah, I feel that that's what Rishi Sunak is trying to do. He's seen Theresa May and said, hold my beer.
Yeah, exactly right. Now, I've got another Ed Miliband one here, but I'm not quite sure what it is. Tell us what this one is. No, we don't. That's a mistake. Well, in that case, we've got to go to the greatest. Here's one that I don't think was actually a gaffe, because this I remember happening. I remember watching it live and thinking, oh, my God, this man is going to be the most popular bloke in Britain. And it is, of course, John Prescott.
As he walked through them, a local man chucked an egg at him almost at point-blank range. John Prescott immediately swung round and landed a punch straight on his jaw. The man then wrestled the Deputy Prime Minister onto his back and held him down over a small wall as police and Labour Party officials tried to release him.
Brilliant. I mean, that's what you want in an election campaign, a bit of fisticuffs. That was in North Wales, I think.
It was amazing his speed, because didn't John Prescott have a background?
He did. No, because he gave him a quick 1-2. He didn't just hit him with his left hand. He came with a right as well. You know, he was straight on.
I think we should encourage more stuff like that. Tops off in the ring. To
be honest, that's what I'd rather see. You know, there's an argument this morning about whether Rishi Sunak and Keir Starmer should have 2 debates or 6 debates. I'd put them inside a boxing ring and just have them duke it out for 3 minutes. Winner takes all.
I think absolutely. I think we should lean into this idea of like Big Brother. I think we should lock them all in a house for the kind of election period. And there should be things like boxing. They should also have to like peel potatoes for 24 hours just to like mentally break them and see what
sandwiches
sort of
without looking stupid.
Eat bacon sandwiches, get omeletted like John Prescott did. I think that would be a great idea.
I think so. I think so. Finally, the king of sort of mess-ups and screw-ups, Neil Kinnock, who thought he was going to win an election several times, never ever managed it. Even when he thought he'd won it, and he went back to his constituency, did that kind of mad Nuremberg rally type scenario back in 1992. But here he is, walking along Brighton's seafront in October 1983.
Do you want a real school?
Go on then.
I'll walk on the water. How about that?
Now that sort of thing is just not supposed to happen.
Now, that's got to be one of the greatest gaffes of all time. Running towards the sea, not realising it's going to come back at you.
The thing that I love about that is I don't know what he does with his hand. Like, he punches the air,
right.
But you can tell he knows he needs to do something,
right.
but he doesn't.
No,
know
it's like what you do. It's what you do when you trip over in the street, isn't it? You jump straight up and you go, "I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine. That's exactly what I wanted to do just then." That.
Yeah, and you see a little bit of bone dangling out.
Yeah,
I'm fine.
exactly.
I'm
absolutely fine. Shall we have a quick look? Have a second look at it. Go on. I'm going to have to let you go because we're running out of time. This is brilliant.
Real school.
Go on then.
I'll walk on the water. How about that?
Here he goes. Here comes the sea. Get out of the way, Neil.
He uses his wife as a
Now
body.
that sort of thing is just not supposed to happen.
His wife Mary, who was far more intelligent than him, I think it was Mary, she didn't fall over at all. So there you go. Anyway, good to see you, Dave. Thank you very much indeed. I'm sure you're going to be looking forward to this fantastic election campaign. Maybe we'll use you as our comedy correspondent and we'll get you on whenever there's another gaffe.